So what's up, guys? Jason Mason Productions, J&M Productions here today with a video for you guys. And as you can tell by the title, it is what if Shane and Lori never did the do? What if they never did it? This is a theory video, and we're gonna get right into this. If you guys enjoy, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Been loving the feedback recently. And one more thing, real quick. Also, make sure to come back Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We'll be having The Walking Dead Season 3 video game, Episode 1, The New Frontier, on this channel, right here, folks. So, be ready for that, because that is coming your way. But let's not waste any time. This is about Shane and Lori's. So, let's talk about this. Let's get right into this. Going right back to Season 1. What if Shane and Lori never did the do while Rick was in the hospital? Now, for perfect sake, we're going to go right to Shane and Lori. So, if Shane and Lori never started to have their whole little, chick-fil-a thing going on, we're going to talk about the immediate future, the immediate things that would follow right after in Season 1 and Season 2, which is kind of going to be like the first kind of part of this. So, first off, Shane would have never developed this father and son-like bond with Carl, and he would have never protected Carl and his mom Lori like that as he did so dearly with his life. Yeah, he would still kind of watch out for them because they're part of the group, but he wouldn't feel this deep attachment to them. Because when Rick was gone, Shane took over a father kind of leader type role for Carl. And for Lori as well. It was like he's the new husband in town. But no, that wouldn't be a thing. It'd just be Shane's kind of the leader of the Atlanta group, and Lori and Carl are just on their own way. So that would also get rid of some of the Carl learning a lot from Shane and talking about Shane and really growing close to him, all that kind of stuff that we've seen in Season 1. That whole relationship developed between them. So right off that's what happened within Season 1 pretty much. Just the relationships would have been a lot differently. I think, Rick and Shane right off the bat would have been a lot tighter, and Shane wouldn't have had any worries on his mind. Definitely would not. He would have been like, oh yeah, my best friend's back. Not like, oh shit, he's alive. My wife, Lori's not mine, damn it. And Carl's not mine. So that really drove a lot there. So yeah, first point off is Shane would not have protected them as much if they never did to do. Now, the next thing, we're going straight into Season 2 here. When Carl gets shot by Otis, Shane is straight to the point. He also says in this season, I'm here to protect Carl and Lori. This is what I do. So when Otis and Shane go to the, I think it was school, and they get this medical supplies, I don't think Shane would have felt the urge to do anything possible to get the medicine to that boy. I don't think he would have done it. I don't think he would have had the will to kill Otis. So what does that mean? It could possibly mean two things, but for the sake of the video, we're going to go with one of them. The first one is that because Otis is so slow, he's hurt, Shane's hurt, they both die, which ultimately means Carl dies, which that would blow off the whole theory. Let's not talk about that one. But our second one, which is going to follow through the story, Otis and Shane make it back, okay? Otis and Shane are able to will through. Because if Shane doesn't feel that he really needs to protect this boy in such a magnitude of a way with this huge father-son connection he has with him that isn't there now, Shane's gonna be like, oh well, okay, we're gonna do this. He's not gonna have that I need to kill Otis in order to get this medicine to that boy. So Otis and Shane make it back, and the two are like heroes. Two are like heroes for getting this to this boy. So what does that mean? That leads into like a water effect, a ripple effect. That now that Shane didn't kill Otis, he's not a changed man. Not a man who's hungry for power and just changed by this new world. Of course, Shane will adapt to this new world zombie environment, knowing what he has to do. That it's not a good guy world anymore. It's a survival world. He would adapt to that quicker than everybody else. But I don't think he would really go to that psychotic of a place where he was at as quickly. So, if Shane doesn't do that, then what happens with Dale and Shane? Dale kind of reveals for Shane who he is, based on them actions and how he goes psychotic and almost shoots Rick, points the gun at Rick, and Shane and Dale figure out what happened to Otis. That wouldn't happen. These two would just be two guys who were kind of like, they wouldn't be so haty on each other. Now, regardless, Dale would die because of the Moo Moo cow and the zombie. That would still happen, regardless. And Rick and Shane, they would still have, I feel like, this leadership struggle, because like I said, Shane will still have adapted these abilities where he knows this is what we need to do to survive. This is what we're gonna have to do. Not as much as to protect Carl and Lori, but more for his own safety and for the whole group as a whole. But Rick, on the other hand, is gonna be that good guy that he is. So there would be leadership struggles there at the moment in season 2. Definitely would be there, present right then, but not for a long time. Now we move on to the barn scene where Shane freaks out and just goes guns blazing on the barn. That would still happen, in my opinion. That would still happen. That would still happen the same way as it did. Shane just kind of freaks out because he knows, regardless of him and Lori having this relationship, Shane still knows that what's happening. So that doesn't play in a factor. Another part, Randall, I feel like Shane would still try to take out Randall. Shane would still try to take out Randall because that's who he is. He's adapted to this new world, regardless of what Shane and Lori did. He's adapted to this new world. And that would happen. But here's where it gets mixed up, because this is where Shane tries to take out Rick in the real story. Shane tries to take out Rick to get leadership and basically Lori and Carl to himself, saying that they will forget about him no matter what happens. If he's gone or not, they'll move on to Shane again. And that's what ends Shane in the real story. But here, that confrontation doesn't happen because Shane isn't attached to Lori and Carl like he is. Maybe in an uncle type of way to Carl, and maybe as like a brother to Lori. Sounds weird, I know, but not as much as a connection. So there you have it. Shane and Rick would not get into this fight. What does that mean? That means that Shane does not die. Shane is still gonna be this type of zombie killer that he is, and this guy who knows what he has to do. But he's not gonna be the guy who wants Lori and Carl. That means he's still alive. What would have killed him? Zombies? Shane was very capable of holding his own. So there's that. Now let's talk about after death. Now what would have happened after death? Now for Lori's path, we know if her and Shane never did the do, Judas wouldn't be a thing. Baby Judas wouldn't be a thing. In turn, Lori also would not have died. Meaning that if Lori doesn't die, Rick still maintains some of his sanity and holds on a bit longer while she's alive. So what does that mean? We have the whole group all by season 3. We have Shane, Lori, and Rick all together, still in season 3, going strong. All the way into the governor arc. Still in it. Now what would have happened after this? You can leave it all to speculation. It's a real what if they survive. I feel like Shane definitely, like I said, is capable, and him and Rick really would have had this real brother-to-brother bond that was present before the apocalypse, as we saw, would still be there throughout the whole thing. They wouldn't split up. Sure, they might disagree, but they'll still have this brother friendship. They wouldn't be split up by some woman. Lori, she'd still be alive. And another point I want to bring up is Shane had this mentality, and everybody at the farm thought it was wrong at the time. But by season 3, everybody realizes this is what they have to do. So that would have kind of eliminated all the decision-making wrongs with Shane and Rick, the two kind of leaders of the group. Like, they would both be on the same page because they know what the world is now. So Shane's in the clear. Shane's going to survive. How else does he die? You know, you could say that, well, maybe the governor takes him out. Maybe that would be a way to kill him, and then, you know. But I feel like he would survive that. I feel like he would survive the termites. I think Shane would make it to Alexandria. What a sight that would be, huh? Imagine Shane strolling into Alexandria. 6 seasons in, 5, actually. And after that, you know, maybe you could kill Shane at the governor. I mean, not the governor, but Negan. Maybe that'd be the big death that really happens and it shakes up the whole show. You could have done that storyline to take it down if Shane would have survived. Well, you know, maybe he would still be alive to this day. I don't know. That's a what if question. Lori, on the other hand, I think she would have eventually still died. I don't think she has an unlimited time on the show or a way to ultimately survive. I mean, yeah, she's capable in a way, in a sense, but I just don't feel like she's somebody who could really survive and thrive. I mean, definitely she'll outlive how long she did. She'll definitely make it to, I think, at least season 5. But I feel like season 5 or 6, maybe 4 even, maybe 5 or 6 would probably have been the end to Lori. So that's it. That's pretty much it, guys. What would have happened? What if Shane and Lori never did the do? Rick and Shane would have been best buds throughout the apocalypse, and Rick would have cried at Shane's death if it ever happened. And what would happen to Lori? Well, baby Judith wouldn't be born. Lori could still be alive too. So if Shane and Lori never had this sexual intercourse, we could be seeing Shane, Lori, and Rick still facing Negan right now to this point. We wouldn't even see baby Judith. So much would change just by this one action, and it's really cool to think and go back, like, what if this would happen? Leave down in the comments below what you guys think would have happened if Shane and Lori never did the do. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure to come back for The Walking Dead Season 3, Episode 1. When it releases, I will be uploading that. And that's it. Peace, deuce, bye.